everyone, Namaste. I'm your friend, storyteller Shanaya Singh. I welcome you all to the platform of Creative Writing Module 8, CWAMA's Institution of Skill Development. Mission statement to provide a platform for emerging and established writers to collaborate, experiment, and evolve in their craft, promoting literary excellence and cultural dialogue. To create a bridge between academia and literary world, empowering students and educators to engage in innovative projects that advance creative writing and critical thinking. Vision statement to build a global network of educators, students, and writers committed to advancing creative expression and literary excellence through collaborative initiatives and educational partnerships. Today, we have an extremely special guest. He is none other than storyteller Priyanka Chatterjee, ma'am. It is an extremely special episode for me, and I'm thrilled to host my beloved mentor, Ma'am Chatterjee, fondly known as Golpodidi. Her guidance and passion for storytelling inspired me to pursue my dream. I'm grateful for her support, lessons, and dedication. Thank you, ma'am, for shaping me into a storyteller and author. I love you. And now I would like to ask you some questions. But before that, do you want to give your introduction about yourself, ma'am?
I don't want to give any introduction, but I would just want to congratulate you on that fabulous, illustrious introduction. I think it sets the premise perfectly for what we are going to talk about. And I'm in awe that how you have evolved as a speaker, as a storyteller over the
Ma'am,
passing years. My blessings is all there with you. And I
thank
am
you, ma'am.
seriously honored to be here.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much,
I'm really honored.
Shanaya. Thank
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm honored to be hosting you, ma'am. So, ma'am, I'm going to start with the question. Okay. So, ma'am, what is storytelling to you? Is it only about narrating stories or something beyond it?
Very interesting question. Storytelling is often confused with narrating stories, is often confused with reading aloud from books, is often confused with writing stories. But nowadays, if I look at storytelling as an umbrella, even the film directors themselves, they are calling themselves storytellers. And you will see Facebook or Instagram is also assigning the badge to people who keep creating content. They are given the term as visual storyteller, and the illustrators themselves, they are, or comic artists, they are calling themselves storyteller. So Shanaya, I think for me storytelling is a very, very broad umbrella, because all of us are continuously telling stories, but the modality is different. Somebody is drawing stories, somebody is writing stories, somebody is presenting it in audiovisual format, somebody is trying to work with other people's stories. But for you, me, and I think our storytelling community, who are the oral storytellers, so now it is a subset of the whole umbrella of storytelling.
Yes,
We are the oral storytellers who are taking the oral form ahead, the same oral form that has existed since last maybe 32,000 years. People were talking, communicating with each other, and later came writing, later came other forms of performing arts. But storytelling has existed since time immemorial. So for me, when you ask me what storytelling is, it's the bigger umbrella, and what we do, you, me, all of us do, that is oral storytelling, which is a small subset of that bigger umbrella.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. That was a fantastic answer, ma'am. Ma'am, our next question to you is why is storytelling important?
Hmm. Why storytelling is important? Why do you think this particular meeting is important? It is, right? What we are doing, we are exchanging ideas, like you mentioned, CMWA, right? It is trying to, that comes under the leadership of Miss Chakraborty, Rachna Chakraborty, what she has tried to do, that bringing people together in the same platform where they can exchange ideas. The core is exchanging ideas, because moment we stop doing that, we become small toads or frogs stuck inside a small well or a small pond. As you know, the idiom says, frog in a pond. The Bengali idiom means kuor bang. So the frog that hasn't seen that there is something called a river or a lake or a ocean, it hasn't seen the bigger world. So nowadays, national education policy, which came into action from July 2020, it also talks about the global and local existing simultaneously. So I think storytelling is very important, that it makes us rooted in the local, makes us grounded, makes us go back to our heritage where we come from. But at the same time, while we are rooted, it gives us wings so that we can spread our knowledge, we can exchange our ideas to the global world. So it's a combination of roots and wings, it's a combination of local and global. And I think storytelling is important for us to see the other person in their true light, because moment we become truly local, there is no us and them, there is all of us. And the whole world becomes Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is a family. Storytelling
United
makes us
together.
belong. Yes, absolutely right.
Okay, ma'am. So, how can storytelling help children in their daily lives and for their holistic development?
Like, you are a burning example, I think, for that. And many children like you, they are showcasing, they are able to showcase their true talent, true potential through storytelling, because storytelling gives children confidence. Not only that, it empowers them with the 21st century skills. And you might ask me, Shanaya, what are 21st century skills? Like, because I was born in the 80s, I didn't need 21st century skills. I was not born in the 21st century. But the world, like when we are speaking, the world has already changed, because every 1 second that we are going forward, every 1 minute that we are going forward, the world that was there before, the world that we have now, they are different. Every time there is some advent of technology, advent of engineering, advent of science, advent of arts, and the whole advent in people's mindset, everything is changing, because 21st century is a very fast and furious world. To adapt to this particular world, we cannot really be the 80s or 90s kids like we used to be. We didn't grow up with storytelling like this. We used to grow up with storytelling that we heard from our ammas, our didas, our nani, dadi, fufa, fufi, from all of them. But now the oral storytelling is evolving much more, because in 21st century, children need those certain skills that will make them be more open to work, to adapt to the world that they have not seen. And at the same time, it will give them a sense of belonging, because those dadi, nani, fufa, fufi, chacha, chachi, mama, mami that we grew up with, those joint families sadly don't exist that much anymore. So give children say sense of safety, sense of security, sense of belongingness, um, giving them that familiar sense, at the same time opening their world to the bigger world, to the unseen world. So I think storytelling is the perfect bridge that you mentioned between the familiar and the unfamiliar. That's why it is very important for children to make them
Yes,
adapt.
ma'am. So,
Learn.
ma'am, what is your opinion about AI? I personally am not in favor of it, as people will lose their interest in books. What are the pros and cons of AI, ma'am? What do you think about it?
Okay. Now everybody is talking about AI, and when I grew up, people were talking about computers. And maybe 60 years down the line, 50 years down the line, when I was born, people were talking about machines. Maybe a few thousand years down the line, people were talking about fire. So if you look at invention, uh, there has always been something new. And talking in terms of industrial revolution, because we are now at that
Hmm.
again at a juncture of another industrial revolution. Whenever something new comes, when the fire was invented for the first time, uh, people were in awe and they didn't know what to do with fire. Maybe it is good, maybe it is bad. But actually, fire was one of the path-breaking invention that took our civilization forward.
Oh,
Like that, you will find a lot of people in the history, they spoke against computers, that computer is going to actually harm
AI
more
is
than
going to take
help.
over the world.
Absolutely. But now we can't even think our lives without computer or without our smartphones. So like that, I think AI, even though it looks like a threat, and I agree it will take a lot of jobs away, but at the same time, it will create niche jobs, and it will at the same time it will um, help people evolve, because people have to continuously learn new things so that AI don't supersede them. And I think in a way we will move away from the mediocrity and become geniuses. Yeah.
Ma'am, even the invention of wheels. Okay, ma'am. So the fourth question
Absolutely right.
is, yes, ma'am. What is the impact of storytelling on children?
What is the impact of storytelling? Sorry.
On children, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes. The impact of storytelling on children, I think it's huge, but it's subtle. You can't really measure it like, okay, so you have grown 1 inch taller than the day before, or you have gained 1 kilogram than the week before, or you have lost weight, you have gained height, lost height, lost,
Mhm.
your complexion has become 2 shades darker. All these are quantifiable, measurable. But storytelling leaves a big impact on not only children, even on adults. But that impact is very subtle and very sustained and long term. Uh, Sometimes, whenever we talk about something not to be done by children, we are trying to ask them not to do it. But moment we are saying, don't do it, immediately the child tries to go and do the same, because that's what innate human nature is all about. But if we are dealing this particular question through a story, it becomes easier for the child to understand. And when you are asking for the impact, Sanaya, uh, we can't really know that whether the child has understood or not at that particular point of time. But then later, sometime in his, her, or their real life, maybe they are encountering a situation where there is this electric socket, and they are encountering that without any adult supervision. We will know at that particular point of time whether the child is actually putting his, her, or their hand inside the socket or not. Then that may be after 4 months, that may be after 6 months. But if the child doesn't put his or her hand in the socket, we will know that the story has worked. So sometimes it's very hard to measure um, quantitatively, but I think storytelling leaves a qualitative impact on people instead of quantitative. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So my second last question. With so many titles to your name, which is the most memorable one?
What names? Sorry.
Ma'am, with so many titles to your name, which is the most memorable one?
So many titles to my name. Do you mean to say like Golpodidi or awards, accolades, or
Ma'am, award, which is the most
awards? Okay.
memorable?
Hmm. This is a very interesting question, Sanaya. And most of the times, people remember that one which actually has they have touched most lives, most number of lives, or they were given the most prestigious award. For example, Satyajit Ray, when he was awarded the Oscar, right? Or maybe when Rabindranath Tagore was given Nobel
Very
for
right.
Gitanjali. So those are the best kind of awards in that particular sector. So if you talk about that, I remember ex Karmavir Chakra Award, where I have been privileged and honored to receive that. But more than that, what really made my heart melt is the award that I usually get when I touch life of a person, of a child or adult. I have touched it in the past, and I visit them after a year or after 2 years, after 5 years.
Hmm.
And then they immediately, the award that comes for Golpodidi is, they are like, Golpodidi. They don't even remember my name. They don't remember Priyanka Chatterjee. They remember Golpodidi, and Golpodidi, some character from her story, or some tune that she sang, or some movement that she did. And
Ma'am, with me, I remember everything about you.
see, that's the magic of storytelling, because it sticks to your mind like Fevikwik or Fevicol or Dendrite. It never leaves you. So I think, Shanaya, while I keep all the Oscars and Cannes and Nobels aside, my biggest award is the lives that I have touched. And when people come back to me, not talking about me as a person, but talking about the stories that I told and what they remember from that story, what they loved from that story. That is, I think, my true award, my true title.
Ma'am, like me, when I was in 6 years old, I met you and I still remember your first session with me. You taught us how to make a fox and then narrate stories. I still remember it till that day. That fox is still kept.
Wow. You're melting my heart, Shana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You made my
Most
day.
welcome, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, last question now. Your message for all the audience who wants to make a difference in their field.
Hmm. We should be leading the life of why. Because moment we are not having a why in our life, um, there might be a time, and there will be a time when we need to leave this planet. And at that moment, Priyanka Chatterjee will be disassociated from her body. I will be taken to the crematorium, and my last rites will happen. And over there, nobody will know that Priyanka Chatterjee is there. People will keep referring to me as body, 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 right? Take the body there, turn the body around, put the body in the chimney. Uh, there will come a point of time when we become body. Then what is the legacy that we are leaving behind? What will people talk about when we are gone? That is known as the why. Why did we come here? Why did we exist? What difference did we bring to the planet? So I think instead of chasing money, chasing fame, chasing power, if we really chase our why, uh, as an outcome, there will be two outcomes of chasing why. The first is the kind of impact that we can create in the society, the positive impact. And the second is, as a result of this positive impact, as a result of this living our why, automatically our own lives, our personal lives will also get better. So I think the core, the crux is the why. Moment we find our goal, our purpose, our why, Even though we are taken to the crematorium, even though we go to the other world, our stories will still be told when we are gone.
And the
And that
karma
is
is very important.
absolutely, yes. Yes.
Ma'am, I will remember this message forever. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to call upon Rachna ma'am to give the vote of thanks.
Sure.
Is ma'am there?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Golpodidi. I would say as Golpodidi because now my kids will be remembering you as Golpodidi. So that was a lovely, lovely interview which we had with Shanaya. And let me tell my audience, this set of questions are framed by the kids themselves. So we allow them their independency. They make it themselves. They come up with their doubts, what they want to ask our guests, and our guests are always exclusive in their own field, their achievements. So, thank you so much once again from the bottom of my heart to our guest, Priyanka Chatterjee, also always known as Golpodidi. So, we are truly, truly happy to have you, Priyanka. And it was lovely listening to you. And of course, Shanaya, that was amazing. I know how
Yes, ma'am.
excited she was to talk to you. I don't know that whether she would be able to take it up properly, but then she did it. Thank you, Shanaya. It was
Thank you so much,
nice.
ma'am.
So I would request all the
It's an
kids.
honor.
Yes. So I would request all the kids to frame your own question. Join us with your favorite guests, and we will give you an opportunity to talk to them exclusively only on our platform. So, where you can talk to them one on one. So, thank you once again to each and every one of you who was watching us live. And thank you, Priyanka, once again for sharing your time from your busy schedule. And we are really honored. And obviously, we'll have great more storytelling sessions too with the kids. Right, Shanaya? We have a lot
Yes,
of
ma'am.
kids too
Absolutely.
who wants to listen Golpo Didi's stories from
Yes,
her
ma'am.
basket of Golpo. So last when we met and now when we are meeting Priyanka, it's an awesome and amazing meet once again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here at CWMA platform. And thank you, Rachna, for creating that platform. And thank you, Shanaya. You are such a smart kid. I am
Thank you so
wishing
much,
you
ma'am.
all the best for your life. And my last message for all of you will be keep telling stories and keep listening to stories. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a great, great day. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaste.